Today we're eating one of America's favorite street foods, the hot dog. We'll be visiting 3 of the best rated hot dog stands in New York City. Hope you brought your appetites. Billy's Hot Dogs. This place is really intriguing. 100 5-star reviews on Google. Best hot dog I've ever had, cooked just right. All the reviews are totally true. Good hot dogs, but especially such a friendly owner. This spot has no social media, no phone number, just a schedule off of Google. I don't even know if this is gonna be here. Come on. All right. So simple. It's so New York. We heard you were the best hot dog cart in New York. You seem very popular around here. I'm seeing the line. I'm gonna send people to you.
My friend. I have so many customers I can't even handle it. The thing we can do is just put over here, help who wanted, no experience necessary to train at the spot.
Deal. Okay. We're about to eat hot dogs on a bench next to Central Park. Does it get much more New York than that? So excited.
That was my dream when I came here.
Was it?
It's one of those things as a tourist you want to do because you see it in the movies.
This looks fantastic. Look at this thing. This is the OG street food of New York City, if you think about it. Before halal, before anything else, hot dog. Ready?
Let's go.
Let's try it. I think of a hot dog experience in New York City. I'm thinking of this right here. Like nice snap to the dog when you take that bite. Onion sauce adds another layer to the flavor. I think this is what you go for. This is what all the reviews said to get is the onion sauce. What about you? How you feeling?
Simple but perfect. You don't need much. You like the bone, red sausage, and the fantastic onion sauce.
I almost never see long lines at hot dog stands in New York. We even saw Billy running to a car. Somebody just pulled up, ordered a hot dog. That's how much of like a neighborhood celebrity this guy is. I saw people running over real quick. Everyone has a chat with the guy.
They even have like holiday cars from families. Probably around the area. That's so cool.
Having that neighborhood guy, be it a hot dog, be it coffee, be it anything, where like he knows what you want and he's got absolutely no attention. He could be the first ones to ever film him, as far as I know. This is a milestone moment. Our baby boy, who's not born yet, just had his first New York City hot dog. Is he kicking?
No, he will soon. He'll be happy. Only locals know about it, I think. I think if a tourist walks by, they're gonna think it's just one more vendor.
Thank you. That was honestly one of the best hot dogs I've had in my entire life. It was so good. Thank you. Keep up the good work. I did not know this was a thing in New York. I had no clue that you could charge your Tesla here. Learn something new every day. Santa Salsa. We're gonna get some Venezuelan street hot dogs, or we'll call them hipster hot dogs. This is the hipster capital of Brooklyn, Bushwick. Also the street art capital, vintage stores, a lot of good food, a lot of good bars. Yummy Venezuelan hot dogs, hip atmosphere, friendly staff. I love Santa Salsa almost as much as myself. Okay, let's see.
So Santa Salsa started as a push cart in Rockaway Beach. Here is to enjoy the artwork on the walls with the food, the music. You can find almost in every corner hot dog carts where they have this super crazy version of hot dogs and burgers and sandwiches. Bacon, onions, cabbage and carrots, crushed potato chips, ketchup, mustard, so special sauce, the Santa Salsa, and the guasacaca.
This looks like a hot dog that's about to go to some kind of award show that we're presenting it for the judges. This is the Pero con Todo, $5. This won Best Hot Dog in New York City by the Village Voice. And it has like every ingredient you could possibly imagine on this, like an American hot dog on steroids. This is a kosher beef frank. Onions, cabbage, chips, cheese, ketchup, mustard, Santa Salsa. I don't even know where to begin with this. Salivating, like this looks fantastic. I'm gonna take a big bite. It's really hard to describe how many flavors I just experienced in one bite, but I'd say a lot of them. And something I love about Latin hot dogs are the chips. Potato chips cut up inside of them, it takes me back to my time in Puerto Rico. I mean, he said they stay true to the roots of Venezuela and these hot dogs. This is just taking something simple, bringing it to South America, and going absolutely wild with it. And I'm just such a huge fan of it.
This is so interesting. You always ask us about vegan food. You have great options here. Just look at this one. It looks delicious. There's a sweet plantain inside with beans and guasacaca, Venezuelan green sauce. It looks delicious, guys. Oh my god, this is so good.
These held up fantastic. Like, I thought this would be a complete mess, but somehow the way they're created, they actually hold up.
As a Latin, sweet plantain in a hot dog is a great idea for a vegan hot dog. This is delicious.
Coming from a culture that doesn't have like non-vegan options probably at all, you know, so.
And you have a lot of vegans in Bushwick too, right? That's like smart move.
The whole menu is like almost 50-50. Vegan people come in here and feel like absolutely comfortable, you know, not just like, oh, we have 1-2 items for you, you know, it's like, oh no, like the menu is created for both.
My goodness, this is so gorgeous. And, whew, do I just, It's so savory, it almost tastes like a high quality taco. It's almost illegal this should be a hot dog. It's like, this is more than just a hot dog. This is good. This is really good.
That's something unique. I don't know if it gets much more unique for a hot dog in New York City than this.
I love meat, guys. I love my meat. I love my beef. I love my turkey. I love my pork. I love this one so much.
When she's pregnant, she knows all about cravings, so trust her opinion.
So Ben, you just bought a $15 used suitcase from the thrift store next door.
Samsonite. I was gonna go to Chinatown to grab one of these, but 15 is better than 50.
Dog Day Afternoon, named after an Al Pacino bank heist movie, which was actually shot right on this block. Chicago-style hot dogs in New York City. Hands down the best Chicago dogs in NYC. Ashamed to say I'd never tried a Chicago hot dog until I came here, and they gave me the best possible first-time experience. All right, I'm pumped. 4.9, let's go. All right, loving the vintage vibes in here. This feels like I'm going somewhere after school if I was from Chicago.
I have high hopes. Low expectations, high hopes.
But I was selling pop-up hot dogs all around Brooklyn and New York, like with a hot dog hawker, and just like make hot dogs for like people in like bars, like late at night and everything like that. But this was always just a dream of mine to have a brick and mortar, have like a place that reminded me of when I was a kid. Like, you know, video games, eventually comics, records and all that stuff. Just by chance, we happened upon this spot, and it's a dream come true. I love hot dogs. Anywhere I go, I'll always eat a hot dog. I even eat a water dog, you know, in Penn Station. Everything is just has to be right. Like, we have like fresh pickles, neon relish, that's very specific for the Chicago dog. And all the hot dogs are steamed instead of grilled. So that way, they don't lose any of the juice, they don't dry out, they don't get too salty, and they plump when you cook them. And then it goes the neon relish. Pretty much what happens after that is you put the tomatoes in there too. Then you have a fresh pickle, dill pickle. We use a little bit of a half sours, so that it has a little bit more freshness to it, a little bit more crunch. Just add some sport peppers right on time for the spice, and some celery salt.
How spicy are those peppers?
They're not too spicy at all. They're gonna be like, the best way to describe them are like small pickled jalapenos. And this is a Chicago dog. I think a good rule of thumb is you should always watch your hot dog being made, and you should eat it by yourself as quickly as possible.
Good old Vienna beef from Chicago. I actually liked how he said that they make the poppy seed buns here. Like, they don't even want to ship them in from Chicago. Got that big snap, and they keep the flavor inside, and I definitely noticed that. Of all the hot dogs we had today, I have to say that this actual hot dog had the most flavor to it.
In Chicago, you don't have hot dog like carts and stuff like that you go to.
Yeah.
There's places. They're like this. They're counter service places, and there's a lot of them, and a lot of really famous ones.
It's not really a street food in Chicago like it is in New York.
It's not a street food. No.
Okay.
Imagine trying to eat this on the street.
That's a good point. This is tough enough to eat just sitting like this. We are transporting you back to the Midwest. Here you go.
No, thank you. I'm looking forward to this. Eating something like this, it's like a special occasion thing. It doesn't have to be, but there's just so much stuff going on, and the celery salt for me is what does it. I don't know if you've tasted the celery salt when you're eating it.
Yeah.
I think my baby's happy right now.
But you're not her baby anymore, John.
I know, I lost that right.
We had a hot dog cart on the side of Central Park, Then we had a Venezuelan hot dog spot in a bar that stays open till 4 a.m. And then we have this spot, which I think kids would love. If you didn't find something that you could eat in this video, I'd be surprised. If this video got you hungry, check out our Midtown Manhattan Budget Bites Guide, some of the best spots you've probably never heard of right near Times Square.